Hey guys, back and welcome to the third installment of Top 10. In this one, in this one, God, it's very late where I am and how long I'm recording this. I'm recording Top 10 back to back. So yeah, I'm recording them back to back, but I'm not posting them back to back. So you get a breath. In this one, my top 10 Nickelodeon cartoons. As a kid, Cartoon Network was my best friend. But sometimes we have an argument. And Nickelodeon would be there. So let's get started. Number 10, My Life as a Teenage Robot. Honest to God, I do not know why I drifted to this show, but I am sure as hell glad I did. Follows the adventures of Jenny, aka XJ9. Literally a teen who's a robot, just learning to be normal. The fandom now of that show, looking back. If you don't believe me, please don't Google it. Don't Google her with fan art, please, for the love of God, don't do it! There's not much I can explain because I don't really remember that show that much. All I remember is I loved it, and every day after school, after I was done with Cartoon Network for an hour, be 1 hour straight, or at least an hour and a half, of my life as a teenage robot. Number 9, The Fairly Odd Parents. Now note, this does not include the season with Cleo. I was a Cleo hater, but she did start to grow on me because of fanfiction. But the show still sucks with her. Fairly Odd Parents. I don't really need to go into detail about this show because this show's been around for decades. And truly, it does need to die. Let it rest. Let it sleep. So, I feel like with a few of these, I don't really need to explain why, as a kid. Even as a kid, you would love these shows. So, for a few of them, I might explain. But for most of them, nah. Number 8. SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants. Note, if you hate this show or love this show to death, everyone at one point in their lives has watched an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants. It's a funny show. It's an entertaining show. At times it'll make you cry, mainly with Gary Come Home. I swear to God, I can watch that even to this day. It'll make me cry. And then there's the adult jokes, which no one asks for, SpongeBob. You get banned in a few countries because of them. But, yeah, the jokes that we never got as kids sometimes made us come back to that show. Number 7, Hey Arnold. Now note, I was originally never a big fan of Hey Arnold. But then my late, great, deceased Grandma Rose once got me and my sister a Halloween compilation DVD featuring SpongeBob, Hey Arnold, Rocket Power, and Rugrats, and Fairly Odd Parents Halloween specials. And the episode, I always skipped over Hey Arnold because, again, I was never a big fan, but then it's what the hell. So I watched the show, and I loved it. All the randomness, all the kookiness, all the good-hearted nature of Arnold. Then I started to look up and watch more episodes of the show. Became a big fan. And then hey, Arnold, I'm a fan. Ha! No, I don't remember this show very well, since I never watched that many episodes. I watched it here or there. So if you want to check out the show, please check it out. It was okay. Number 6, Rocket Power, another one of those shows which I discovered via the DVD. Basically, kids who knew how to play every single freaking sport imaginable. Again, it was just a show that I watched time in and time out, but for the time I did watch it, I loved it. Basically, I remember also a few years ago, they kind of rebooted. Just kind of reintroduced the show, but only with one sport, and that's skateboarding with Rob Dyrdek's Wild Grinders, which I personally really did see it as just a new Rocket Power. Also, am I the only one on Ridiculousness in Fantasy Factory who thought Rob Dyrdek and Chanel West Coast were dating? Because if I am, I feel like a jackass. I mean, more dumbass. Sorry, I love saying that from jackass. But yeah, I always thought Rob and Chanel were dating. Anyway, moving on. Number 5, Danny Phantom. Again, if I have to explain why... Danny Phantom was also one of my top 10 favorite cartoons as a kid. My all-time favorite top 10, which... I might do another top 10 favorite cartoons. Maybe not, maybe, I don't know. It depends if I put it on the list. So, Danny Phantom. I already explained why it's awesome. If you don't know why it's awesome, look it up, please. I will still say Urban Jungle, best episode. Number 4, the Lost and Missing Link in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle family, 2003 to 2005, I believe. I don't know. But it was the one where they're completely stacked and jacked up the hell. I don't know. Of course I know why it's my favorite. That's my favorite incarnation of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Good story, good character development, great humor at times, because Mikey is funny in this version. Raphael's anger, which I love. And let's not forget the kick-ass theme songs this show had. Number 3. Originally, this was another Butch Hartman cartoon, Tough Puppy. But then I remembered one show. I had to think. If you don't get the reference, it's number 3, and that is Jimmy Neutron. Note, I watched this kind of backwards, since Jimmy Neutron was originally a cartoon based on the movie. I watched it backwards. I watched the show, then watched the movie. 10 out of 10 on both. Also, I know for a fact that I'm not the only guy who did want a realistic kiss between Jimmy and Cindy. We always got the one-sided surprise shit. But we all wanted an equal kiss where they both did it. And let's not lie, it didn't matter what Jimmy did or does in the present to alter the future. His future is sealed no matter what. He is marrying Cindy. End of story. It's just... Number 2, Power Rangers. Grew up with the show, loved the show, wanted to be a Power Ranger as a kid. I will not lie to that. I always thought of myself more as a secondary ranger, though. I remember this as a kid. As a kid. I did this 3 years ago. I am not lying with this. I always saw myself as either the blue or the green ranger. I swear to God. Because none of us like to be egotistical and say, I'm the red. But I swear to God, I always took these online quizzes to see which Power Ranger are you. And I don't know why, but I always got the Red Ranger. But now looking at it, I can definitely see why. Because in my own little clique, I am the leader. Because no one else has the balls to talk up to me. I'm the kind of guy who will charge into a battle with no plan, no preparing. I'm going to run in there like a ball of fire and get put out very fast. Anyway, Power Rangers. I know it's just an English transfer of Super Saiyan. Who gives a shit? It's a good show. And number 1, a show that came out only I think 2 years or 3 years ago, and that is The Loud House. Without a freaking doubt. Hold on. Here's the thing. When The Loud House was first introduced, I was like, oh, for God's sake. Then there's a day when, like, literally nothing else is interesting that is on. So I'm on Nickelodeon, just... I have the TV muted, I'm on my computer. Then I see that Loud House is on. So I say, what the hell, I'll give this show a shot. From the first note of that theme song, I was immediately hooked. And now looking into it, now loving it, I'm like, oh my god, this poor bastard. The only other dude in the house is his father. I don't know what gender the dog, the cat, and the bird are. Or the guinea pig, or any of frickin' Lana's pets. And so this poor bastard, 10 sisters. How do you survive with 10 sisters in your house living with you? I can barely live with one without losing my fucking mind. So anyway, yeah, I did change. I'm getting tired. So yeah. Anyway, Loud House, my number one favorite Nickelodeon cartoon. If you have not watched The Loud House, I highly request and recommend it. I personally have 3 favorite episodes. Save the Date, even though at times it is very cringy. Space Invader. And, what was it? I have it recorded, damn it. Trap, something back. I can't remember, but it's when they take the vacation. The latest episode of Special Features. Yeah, if you have not checked out The Loud House, please do, and please send your regards to Lincoln. That poor bastard. That poor bastard. See you guys.